Hi guys, and welcome to today's high school advice video. This video was really highly requested, and because I recently finished high school a few months ago, I thought I might be now qualified enough to tell you about it. And I think throughout my years of high school I have learned quite a lot, good and bad. I really hope you learned something from my tips, and without further ado, let's get started. So the first tip that I have is in regards to mean people, and I have experienced quite a few mean people in my high school lifetime. To be quite honest, you should pity these people who go around being mean to others, because they obviously have self-esteem issues in themselves. But what I would say is please don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. The bullies have obviously chosen you for a reason, and it might be because of the reaction that you give them. They might find you running away crying funny. So one thing that I tell my younger self in high school is to make sure that they don't see me as this weak individual. One thing that I would also say is even if those bullies continue to bully you, you only have to be at that school for a few more years. For instance, in the UK, at the age of 16, after doing your GCSEs, you can move to a different school. And that is what I personally did, and it was honestly one of the best decisions of my life. You meet completely new people and all these bullies are just forgotten about. And this will happen again when you go to university or college, so stick it out, you're nearly there. Another thing that I learned when I was in high school is that friends will change. And this change shouldn't be a scary one because you're now meeting people who you are more suited to. Even if you so desperately want to hang around with the popular kids, you may not have everything in common with them, and so you might be happier hanging around with the less cool kids. Just make sure that you don't judge anyone before you know them. One of my closest friends from my old school is actually called Gabby, and we met because we both like Jack Will's clothing. I didn't want to become friends with her because she was cool or had loads of friends. I wanted to become friends with her because we had things in common. And these people who I have things in common with are ones that I'm still friends with today, even if the things that we had in common were our favourite clothing shops. And the third tip is to do with academics, and I would say that the year before you leave high school is definitely the one that you need to work hardest in. For instance, in the UK, that's the year you do your ASs, and they're the ones that get sent to universities. And I know in the US, most of you do the SAT or the ACT in that year too. So even if it seems hard, trust me, it will be worth it when you send your really good results to your college or university. Also on that kind of point, in that year, I think after you go home from school, you should go through and read all your notes from that day, just to make sure that you understand all of your subjects. So when it gets to revision time, it's not like you're learning everything again, you're just recapping your knowledge. Then my last tip is to appreciate your time there. I know this is kind of a weird tip from someone who absolutely hated high school, but when I do look back on it, sometimes I actually do miss it. Even if you have a load of bad times, you will have some good times too. You get to see your friends every single day, and you get to learn a load of cool stuff too. I spent my last 2 years of high school counting down until I left, and at some points I kind of regret doing that because when I look back, those 2 years were actually really fun. Despite getting really stressed out a lot, I had a load of really good friends there, and now most of them I'll probably never ever see again. So I seriously urge you to appreciate every single second you spend in there. And yeah, I think that is it. I really hope you enjoyed these tips, and if you have any other advice videos that you'd like me to do, just comment them down below. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time guys. Bye, I love you.